Hello. Welcome back to Danganronpa. We left off.
Danganronpa.
When we left off, we were in the trial, and Chihiro was like, well, Kyoko wanted to show us something about Chihiro. Danganronpa. I accidentally, I hit record a little early, so, the intro happened.
Danganronpa.
I don't know, you probably didn't see it, like always, 'cause lags. So when we left off, Kyoko interrupted the class trial to take us to Chihiro's body. Be sure to examine the body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands? No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
Oh my god.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
Ew,
But
pussy.
you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a
Oh
dead
my god.
body.
Aoi, stop.
Just let one of the boys do it.
Stop.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
Oh god, please tell me. Wow,
What is it?
okay.
Not possible. It's not possible. This girl is
Is what?
a boy!
Oh my gosh. Was she like feeling up the feeling the body, and then she just like bumped a bulge, dude? Let's just say that. Bumped the flagpole, let's say,
Actually,
to use Monokuma's words.
interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Okay, why didn't Kyoko just tell us that, since she clearly already knew? And how did she know? How does she just know everything?
Chihiro was a guy? Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, now I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Dang.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does.
She
make
wanted
things
to
much
show
more
the rest of the
exciting.
team Chihiro's flagpole.
Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
Keeping who waiting?
We've all just learned of the
almost like
shocking revelation that Chihiro
He
was
has the
actually
audience.
a
He
boy.
has an audience.
Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
That's why he was so concerned about getting strong. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
God, what is this dialogue?
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
This just further incriminates you, doesn't it? He's just acting
Okay,
like he
well,
doesn't know.
connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Yeah.
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Put it on auto.
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it.
Oh.
But
so maybe he moved the body to frame.
I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
Wait, hold on. But why would he frame Toko if he wasn't the killer? Like, there's nothing for him to gain from that. If Toko died, but she wasn't, because he framed her, but she wasn't the killer, then he would die, because they would have picked the wrong person. So what is the goal here?
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder.
Does he have a death wish or something?
At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a god, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
But why would you do that?
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Byakuya's like, I'm too refined to say that word.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with
Wish.
Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
So how was the body
That's true.
before he did it?
Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of
What is
your
that
own?
phrase?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy.
A gun!
You need a boy's handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, had to have been a guy. There's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Which guy was it? One of them.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim?
The killer!
And only then. It's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in.
God dang it.
Game over, man!
Game over!
Yay! No! Not game over!
Not game over!
Isn't there a single clue?
Well, clues are. Did nobody?
I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim.
Yeah. All we...
It's over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're
Why?
just gonna turn themselves...
So
Game
bad.
over, man!
Yay! No! Not game over!
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us?
Well,
Also, the
Did
slow
nobody-
down
I'm sure if
option
someone
is
saw
so
the-
useless.
Perhaps someone
because
saw
it
the
lasts
victim.
like 2 seconds.
It's over. You want to know who saw the killer?
And only the killer.
No, it's
It
wrong.
like it only works if you press it at the exact moment of the dialogue.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered.
What
do you think, Celeste?
Celeste. Bum bum bum.
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about
Makoto?
this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
a track jacket and a duffel bag. But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It
So
seems
where
likely
is it
that the
now?
culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
So, wait, if somebody destroyed that, is Hifumi still the one with access to the trash room? Because then it could be him. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry, but why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
Interesting.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Because he can't get into their locker.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much, enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed. Oh, what a marvelous friendship!
Can she go back to being Toko now? As much as I don't like Toko, she's still better than Genocide Jill.
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed
Why does she
of.
always know everything? Like, very weird.
Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that?
Duffel bag.
You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Byakuya is always so done with this crap.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse.
A normal duffel bag.
All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from.
See, this case is interesting because, like, it keeps you second guessing as to who the killer is.
Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and
Like-
Chihiro's jacket?
Like, I assumed Byakuya just switched the room that the body was in, but
Perhaps.
apparently
Let's explore
he did.
that and talk a bit more about the jacket he...
Here's a track jacket.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit
Dude,
that he
this is a
What do you
long
mean,
one.
the
Holy crap,
specific
look at all these,
tracksuit?
like,
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
warehouse.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to
Yeah,
figuring
how
out
was any of
who
that
the
used?
culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Okay, I need to look at the Celeste's account. Wait. Nobody ever said it was blue. Who was the first person to bring that up?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
She was
What do you
baiting
mean, the
somebody
specific
to make
tracksuit?
to make a mistake.
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Oh, yeah.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as
Mondo,
him?
no!
My tracksuit is black.
Mondo, why, dude? Come on,
don't even- it's
Mondo.
exercising.
I have a white. I got it from the whip.
Did any of that really help us?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him,
Mondo.
right? What he just said?
Oh, dude, I'm so disappointed.
First of all,
Mondo,
we know where
because I
Chihiro
love
was. He was on his
Mondo.
way. So next we have
The
to ask,
promise.
why did he
Oh
choose
my
the
God.
specific
That's right,
tracksuit
they
that he...
do
What do you
trust
mean
Oh
that-
my
I
God.
got it! He picked it matched the one.
So, what you're saying, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. She was wearing a purple tracksuit. He was wearing a purple tracksuit.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Man, my boy Mondo betrayed the team. I'm so disappointed.
What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
Well, now we're about to have a lot less swearing in this game. But probably, for a little bit, a lot more when Mondo gets caught and then lets out a tirade of swears.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
Besides,
The only one I told about any of this was you.
because you're the only one who ever leaves the same location and actually does investigating.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
See, but I'm, like, confused to, like, how did
Because
you
I just...
go to this situation?
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility! Cherry? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
God, the tongue. What the hell?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
Shoved it in the bag. She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. Just like that. She was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, he was baiting. She
Now
was
I
baiting.
understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
Very clever.
That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However,
How is she so good at this?
Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Really?
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he was acting? No.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude.
And he was calling him dude beforehand, too. I thought that was just Mondo. I remember noticing that. I thought it was just Mondo being weird and, like, calling everybody dude. But there was actually a...
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
Shut up, Genocide.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false
They're
accusation.
freaking stupid romance, dude. Taka's just, like, defending
It's
him.
true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
So we're saying it's not Mondo now?
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
There we go. Shut up.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
For goodness sakes, Hifumi, why?
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine,
Yeah,
man.
his
Just tell
confidence
us.
is that deep low voice.
If you really insist. Here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
It's
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
Really?
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
Yeah.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all
Okay,
your
how did Mondo
confidence,
switch the
that
body?
is a remarkably high failure
what I'm-
rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
Hitting its weak points?
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
True.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, how did you know
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can
Really?
reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Thanks for the PSA about
Interesting.
saunas.
I learned
Can we
one new
move on
fact today.
now?
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Mondo would have known
Indeed.
because he was in there in
Quite the
that
mystery.
competition with
What if they
Taka.
found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that?
Mondo was messy.
I don't
here,
know of
dude.
anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
Or
I
maybe
might
it was
know someone who
Taka.
did.
I don't know.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
See, okay, Taka and Mondo both might have had their handbooks in there. Wait, the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. Was that Taka? Taka! All your talk about teamwork, are you the real one who did it? No! It certainly wasn't me, but, I mean... You seem awfully rattled, Taka. Could it be you know who it actually was? In that case, there's really only one person left it could have been.
Shoot!
Oh, okay. It was Mondo then. I couldn't remember who wore all their clothes. I saw Taka's reaction, and so I kind of...
Here's my answer!
Mondo makes a lot more sense.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Taka.
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on.
School uniform.
But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow. I did. I mean, it's alright, because the game will just give me the... Oh boy, there's lots of evidence. Okay, we're gonna need the,
Let's test.
We're gonna need to look at these proof bullets. Card reader. Not possible. Yeah. Broken e-handbook.
If what he says is correct, then...
And the last one was Chihira's e-handbook.
You broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct,
Maybe the broken
then Mondo,
handbook is actually his.
you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
How did I miss?
See?
God dang
Look!
it.
Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
I feel like the hitboxes are really
Let's test
weird.
if what he said you broke your own. In other words, then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
God dang.
See?
Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Let's test if what he said you broke your own. In other words, then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just...
No, that's wrong! Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall.
Oh. If he's using Leon's instead of his, then that's literally just proof that he did it. Well, I mean, I guess it's
Isn't
not.
that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The
Cryptic.
punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
It's not loaned out if he's dead.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so.
You can hear the disappointment in his
I'm
voice.
happy to admit I made a mistake, but
Son of a bitch.
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
okay. Then why don't we look back on this case one more time? That
Oh
way,
boy, it's
everything
manga
will become
time.
clear.
Time for the
and we'll all
most
see if I was
confusing
right
gimmick
or
minigame.
wrong.
Okay, so she's filling the bag. She sees, he sees Celeste. That's right there, right? And then Celeste sees two. Yahiro, what are you doing? Oh wait, no, this isn't right. No, wait. Just like kick it back. Yeah. Okay. God damn, I don't like these segments very much. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of this segment. Okay, where? Okay, so this one probably. Yeah, and then right here we've got Chihiro shoves everything into a bag. Says bye. Wait, what? And then what is this one? I don't know. We're coming back to that one. She says bye. She goes to the locker room. She walks up to the boys one. Pulls out her card, his card, whatever. Comes in, Mondo's like, hey buddy, what's up? He leaves, sticks his stuff in a locker. Mondo comes up behind him with the dumbbell. Wait, what is that? Wait, no, hold on. This one goes here. They're very similar, so. Yeah, that goes there, that's right. That goes bloody dumbbell, right? She's dead. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Wait. Okay, I think this is the... 'cause that looks kind of like Celeste's hand. That one's right there. 5 of 11. He's like, I killed her, haha. And then he takes the body, that's a very, very slide right here. Rolls up the carpet, takes this. Oh wait, that's there, he sees the blood stain. So he takes this, takes it out, and then he carries the body away. Wait, this is him taking it down. The other one is him putting it in the other room, which would be right here. And then here he's got her body. And here he's laid down her body's laying down. That's when me and Kuya comes in. Wait, hold on. Wait, when did he drop the ID card then? I'm guessing that's after this. Okay, so me and Kuya comes in. He's like, hey, I'm gonna genocide Jack meme this up, dude. Make things harder for everybody. So he sees her, he walks over the extension cord. Then he goes and hangs her up. Right to the bloodlust. That's pretty creepy. Act 5. Okay, and then so he ditches his card. Wait. Right?
Here's exactly what happened.
This is gonna be wrong.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who is apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Oh, okay. I literally just fixed it.
The killer is you! With bag in hand, but how could... Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there, and the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him.
The bloody dumbbell's gotta be... Where's the bloody dumbbell? Maybe this one. It's weird. Oh, wait, girl.
Here's exactly what happened. and attacked them. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. Then, removing the bloody poster,
Yeah, makes sense. Takes the body to the girls' locker room.
and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl.
Yeah, he could have taken
After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
All that does is make it less likely to figure out who the killer was, which would make him more
So,
likely to die.
after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the... He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible.
Oh, crap. This is Mondo throwing away his... Oh, in the... Yeah.
Here's exactly what happened.
What? Okay, I'm dumb and bad. Oh boy, I got one more chance. Okay, so yeah, he throws it in the sauna, right? But... No.
Here's exactly what happened.
Why am I bad at video games? Put everything in the manga again, dude. Oh, I hate my life. Okay.
The killer is you! First, let's take... Last night at the time... That something was a
That
blue
up all the
tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste?
Mike was up. Was it up? If so, that's fine. You probably didn't hear anything, frick. Whatever.
With bag in hand, she made her... But how could the victim, who was a... Simple, which is why... Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him.
I'm not sure when I picked it up. Maybe...
It seems like...
I don't know.
And attacked him.
Clip,
And that's
splash. With a blood stain in the poster. Bum 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 bum. Chihiro's dead.
It was like...
Heat of the moment.
Which is why then, removing the...
hot man. It's the heat of the moment.
And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' lock. A girl's handbook was but this alone doesn't prove that...
I was kind of singing that, like...
After all,
to the tune of this
Sayaka
song.
and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy... And that's with the carpet and the They that Byakuya...
Okay, yeah, Byakuya... Board...
So, he went and grabbed...
Body. Because he's an idiot.
He
who
used-
likes to make things more difficult for me. Bloodlust. Bloodlust.
Then, using the... He wanted...
Bloodlust. Like Jill. Why? It's literally like just the last slide that I just cannot figure out, dude. Okay. I feel like the sauna is small. Okay, so we've got the door, the dumbbell, the card. No. Wait, okay, so we've already put this right here. We put this right here. Wait. Sauna? I guess that's...
Here's exactly
goes
what
to the
happened.
Sauna and then he throws it. Okay, there we go. Yeah.
And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook.
Woo! Wham!
And just as somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
That drawing
Isn't that
of Mondo.
right, Mondo Owada?
That drawing of Mondo, oh my god. Well, Mondo's fucked.
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence?
I just presented all of the evidence. All of it.
You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
This isn't Phoenix Wright. I don't need concrete proof. I just need enough evidence that everybody will agree with me. Except you. What's a bullet? I don't even remember. Fever time and nega time. Nega? The tempo will be forced to max. RMB, LMB, RMB, LM. What? Oh, right and left mouse button. So that's like supercharge. That's his supercharge, maybe. Oh, okay. What? Okay. Moment of truth.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you!
Oh.
False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False!
How do I...
Show me some evidence!
God, I really don't like bullet time, dude. Why is there a rhythm game at the very end of every trial? And why would Makoto be the one getting the most votes if I failed that rhythm
I refuse
game?
to give up
If
yet!
It'd probably be Byakuya. No, I don't care. Shut up. Negative. Like negative?
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you!
What?
False!
What?
Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False!
Oh god.
I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence!
Okay.
You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False!
Why is
Show me some evidence!
I don't like this.
I won't listen! False! You're corrupt! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False!
What? How did I miss?
Show me
I
some
literally
evidence.
got like 10 in a row. What the frick is this garbage?
I won't listen! False! You're corrupt!
Okay. How do I get rid of negative time? There must be a way to like get rid of negative time.
Is this real? I refuse to give up yet!
Tempo marker, combos and tempo up. Lock on. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot you could lock on.
You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False!
Fever time, fever dream with fever time, fever time, fever time, fever
I won't listen!
fever time. You're gonna die, you're gonna die, you're gonna die. The final straw.
Show me this should prove it! If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case,
Leon.
we can just check each of our handbooks right now.
Right now.
Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Kill me. Well, we did it. C, B. Yay.
Bro! What are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
The goddamned verdict.
Roger that!
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Monokuma vote. Mondo is guilty. Monokuma vote.
What?
Uh-oh, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisagi was Mondo Owada. In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way. No way you would kill someone.
Sorry.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? 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 Whoa, why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the CTRL key to fast forward the text. Oh wait, did I just skip it all? Anyway, there was once a young boy. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize there was a fast forward option. Also, I just missed like half the story. Where's the transcript? Isn't there a way to access the transcript without having to, without pressing F2? I thought there was. Whatever. I don't care. Take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Well, thanks for like inadvertently giving me a tutorial that I could skip text after I had to go through all that redoing text because I died. Thank you so much, Monokuma. Chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. Complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm
Weak.
Once the kidding game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive! Ha ha! And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are. So maybe I can talk about it later? After I try my best to become strong? Then I can tell everyone. Oh, well now I feel sad for him. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger. That's actually a sweet story. Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be a good idea to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, sure was! The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So, he went and asked Mondo to... Okay, this is... occasionally the name of the character doesn't change. It's like an error. Like they didn't properly change the name. Because this is Monokuma, not Chihiro, I can tell. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did. To keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean, that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls'? Oh. So even though he killed her, he still tried to keep his promise by not letting anybody know that Chihiro was a guy? I thought he just switched it to
Indeed.
get suspicion away from him. I mean, that might have also been an underlying reason. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro.
But
how does moving the body keep his secret?
Because
if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then, Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed?
Why would he do that? The more I hear talking,
Because, no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it, after all. Ah! The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible! Nothing could have been that bad! Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone? It's impossible!
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother! Wait, what? Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. It's the shaking vortex, dude. That's weird. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for that. Va is really distracting. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Story's long and boring. Vavoom, vavoom! Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, a number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. Peaches and gravy? But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. That kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I just...
Gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what. I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck! kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly, Whoa. Lying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what had happened. Hey, kid! The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Because it's the team. You and me put together. It's a promise between men. Oh, so he was just trying to keep all his promises between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together, and to keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident, and as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. Wait, what? Whatever, it doesn't matter. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I just...
Strong! Strong. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely, hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before.
I
didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. I was right about then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden? Huh? Because I mean, you kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. It felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us. Ooh.
You piece of...
Yeah?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. Oh, because he had the strength to, like, push himself to be better and, like, get past his secret. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It's the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy, it broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
I am strong. Strong! I'm strong! Strong. Stronger than you!
You son of a bitch!
Stronger than Daya! I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him, down on the ground. Hey!
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He's normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. Weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and turned him cold-blooded. Cold as ice, willing to sacrifice our love. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. You bastard. Shut up, you son of a... Ooh. Go ahead, say that again, I dare you. Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching! Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now,
The black and the deserve the beast will be punished.
Ridiculous!
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment!
For Mondo Iwata, the ultimate biker gang. No, wait!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
I said wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Mondo makes too many promises, that's his problem. Also, it's death time. Mondo has been found guilty. 8-bit drag off. This is probably gonna lag a bunch. So Leon's death was getting pummeled by baseballs. Is Mondo's gonna be getting run over by bikes? Oh my god, Monokuma's got the Mondo hair. I don't know if you guys can see it, but Monokuma has like a yellow wig on. Okay, so there's a ball, a cage that's opening. The Cage of Death is what it's called. It says that. Monokuma starts up the motorcycle. Mondo strapped onto the back. Monokuma ejects. Mondo goes into the cage. Bike rolls around the cage. Tigers roar at the cage. Monokuma does a silly little hula hoop dance, and oh god, the cage is getting electrocuted. Mondo is dead. That sucks. Bike's still moving. The body's gone. Mondo butter? Okay. So Mondo got turned into butter, dude. Okay. Laugh at death, and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. Brother. Another murder, another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Okay, alright, we don't need to hear that. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But of course, he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. But Byakuya.
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game. One of our friends is dead. Do you realize
Naturally.
that? Of course I do. Because this game is life or death.
Hey,
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except
however,
that I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. What? It also made things more deadly for you. Like, what if we didn't figure it out? What if we thought it was actually Toko and we didn't realize you're BS? Or what if we thought it was you? Idiot. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule, too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen it. Oh, so like, if he had actually been about to get executed, he could have just turned around on Mondo.
Well...
So you're saying you know who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would have that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little help. Thought it would liven things up. Did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that. Create the fake murder scene?
But...
Damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked into his eyes. Feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable summon, it never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experience. Once
Interesting.
I decided to come back. I now know who I'll have to watch out for. Oh boy. What?
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next. You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself!
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope into despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean? Mean?
What the
Mean,
heck?
mean. God grief! I don't understand why you have to pick upon every little stupid thing. Whatever. Doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victim. And then everyone.
Ooh,
Ah, the
how
noble son of a
exciting.
noble family. Truly you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion. Oh my god. Okay, the Togami family, he's literally just Von Karma, like Manfred Von Karma.
You're getting all riled
Oh,
up.
so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mom for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper, temper, sounds like someone needs a nap. Alright. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. Dude, I'm so disappointed that Mondo's dead. It's the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. That sounds like a Mondo line, to be honest. I could see Mondo saying that. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It's the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying,
What's going on
this
here?
is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part.
What?
You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to
As
ask.
long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away!
Who is it? The 16th high school student. I mean, what?
My, my. You really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but... super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied! Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
So which one of them is in league with Monokuma? Huh. Well, that's an interesting setup for later. Well, dang. We already have 10 dead. 6 dead. 10 alive. Let's just say that. Although apparently there's gonna be some more stuff going on with a 16th member. All right. Well, we're gonna stop here. I'm gonna say, arrivederci.